Hello. Well, blessed be. Blessed be. This is High Priestess Jamila. I want to come and discuss some common misconceptions and just some things that I have heard here and there, just around YouTube and in other places. And I won't be here too long to take up too much of your time. Just to let you guys know, just to start out with, I am offering a fall flash sale for the next 2 days, 20% off my readings, all readings and consultations. You just enter fall sale at checkout and you will get 20% off. I do offer readings in increments of 30 minutes, an hour, and I also offer a 2-hour reading. So you just enter the coupon code fall sale on the website. Okay. So let's discuss these misconceptions. Number one, I think that it is a huge misconception on YouTube where there's a lot of bigotry that Black witches don't use the words blessed be or merry meet. Black witches do use the word blessed be and merry meet. Okay, so I know that there's some people that say Ashe, there's some people that say namaste, there's some people that say hello, but it's you don't have to um be white to use the words merry meet and blessed be. Okay, so that's first of all, because I've been on I've been advertising on YouTube for several years, and I've been told that because I use those words that I'm trying to be white. And then also, which brings me to the Sabbats. There are a lot of misconceptions about the Sabbats, that if you're Black, you're not supposed to celebrate the Sabbats, and this is a complete and total lie. Um, there's some witches that don't celebrate the Sabbats at all, and they're, all races. It's something that we like to do to venerate the ancestors and to connect to the earth and her vibrations, which are extremely useful and even sometimes healing. Okay, so that's another common misconception. Um, One other misconception that is a big one. Oh, thank you, goddess. I need to take my allergy medicine. There must be something going on outside. It is officially fall. Here's a big one, though. Here's a huge one. Okay, which is why I think that there's so much squabbling and beef and backstabbing and backbitery and craziness going on YouTube. I actually have heard more than one time that if a spiritualist has problems in their life, that it's going to somehow bleed into your life in some mystical way. If a spiritualist is having issues, like man problems, uh I guess sickness, illness, that this is going to make you have man problems or sickness or illness. Totally untrue. Okay, and I think that this is satire, sabotry. Hey, one EQL. I think that this is a way that other spiritualists on this website that don't really know good marketing, I think that they try to do this to sabotage other spiritualists. That's totally untrue. Everybody's journey is different. Although a lot of times I will have people that come to me sometimes that may be having that may be having a similar but very common issue that I may have had in the past or maybe even present. Okay. But it's not true that, if you go to a spiritualist that's single, this is one that I've heard over and over and over again on this website, and it pisses me off every time I hear it. That you can't go to a witch that is single because she doesn't have a man of her own. So, how is she going to manifest one for you? Well, first of all, being a witch it's about knowing how to work with spirit, and then also having spells that work, first of all. Second of all, most of my clients don't come to me for love work. I do have some people that come to me for love work. There are some people that are in their 30s or 40s and they've had bad luck throughout their love life. Some of them have never really had a serious relationship before, but a lot of my clients come to me for cleanses, uncrossings, things of that nature, which leads me to the next misconception. Okay, hold on a second. It goes both ways. I am an empath, which means that I can possibly be one of the most sensitive people that you will ever meet. If a client comes to me and they have 29, 30 demons on them, I know for a fact that with the knowledge and the experience that I have, I ain't worried about them demons touching me or my family. Trust me, if it worked that way, I would have never done this for a living. Okay. I would have never been a spiritualist for a living if I felt that I were placing my children or myself in danger. That is not how it works. First of all, I don't know what it is about my inner, I think it's about my life path. I am absolutely able to banish demons, in particular off of myself. Okay. I ain't scared of no client's energy rubbing off on me. And that goes both ways. So I think that this has been a common theme in social media. First of all, I was gang stalked to the point of no return. So I don't put my family on YouTube at all. Like my personal life and YouTube do not mix. Not really. Not really. It's just better that way. It's safer that way. Because I got folks stalking me that y'all wouldn't believe who watches me on YouTube. So I rather keep my personal life off of YouTube. Y'all notice that I don't talk about my children on YouTube because there are crazy people on this website. Okay. But that is totally a lie that if a spiritualist can't get a man, then that's a lie. First of all, it doesn't require magic to get a man or knowing how to do a spell to get a man. It depends on what man you're talking about. Now, if you're talking about marrying a doctor that is a millionaire, then hey, you might need to, because that may be a man that's in demand. But that's it would be kind of expensive trying to snag a man like that, but it's possible. Um, that's not true though. That is a lie. Okay. And I think that it's extremely unfair. In fact, it's very sexist It's misogynist. It's misogynistic for people to say that. You see women saying that. You see men saying that. And it sucks because there are so many single witches who are single. Okay. Sometimes in life, you may not meet the one until you're 40, or sometimes 50, or 60, or maybe 30. And that's unfair. That is biasness. That is bigotry. And it's BS. Okay. So that's a lie. And then also, um, you know, well, on YouTube, the spiritualists and the witches on here, they act crazy half the time. And they always trying to, it's totally a scam and a con. Uh, that oh, I've got this witch cursed, and if you go to her, you're going to be cursed too. That's a lie. Okay. That's a lie. That's another lie. Oh, well, this person has problems, um, it just, it's insane. In fact, when you see a spiritualist or a witch doing that, please report it to me, because guess what that is? That's not a witch. That's a crazy person. That's a stalker. That's a gang stalker. Okay. There's a lot of witches on here that, in my humble opinion, my personal opinion, they're not witches at all. They're just gang stalkers. Okay. To a lot of witches, I mean, I have 4 children that I gave birth to, 45 years old. Throughout my life, I've never needed witchcraft to meet a man. Okay, men come a dime a dozen. It's not difficult getting a man at any age. That's another lie. So I think that it's a lot of crazy lies on YouTube. So all of that is a lie. Okay. You know, that's just like saying, I'm going to give you a flu over the phone. That, because I've heard people saying that, and what they're doing is they're trying to capitalize off of people. I've seen this a lot. I see people with really, really harmful content that I don't agree with. And in the same sentence, they are selling products. I wouldn't buy those products if it was the last product that I would purchase on this earth. I'm not going to say who, because I don't do that. But I don't understand, especially in the African American community, exploitation of one another. It's pretty disgusting, in my opinion. Okay? It's pretty disgusting. Okay? Another thing is people discussing what other people charge as far as prices. I want y'all to understand how big of a red flag it is to go to a witch or a spiritualist that does not charge you enough. You wonder why you go to that witch and a week later your dog is dead or you get sick. Okay. Also, another thing, there are witches in different regions that charge different prices. So I've actually heard a witch on here talking about that. First of all, that's a person that's pocket watching, and it's none of their business. Okay. It is not your business. It's not my business to say that witches charge not enough. I feel that it's bad to not charge enough, because then you would be trying to undercut somebody, but that's not my business. But I've actually heard a witch come on here and say, well, that person's charging too much for blah, blah, blah. That is not your call. For example, when you look at how much witches charge, first of all, witches can charge what they want. Okay. But, and only a person that does a lot of work for people would understand that. Okay. But you got to understand that there's some people that are in different regions. There's a area. Okay. There's other readers on here that charge $150 for a 30-minute reading. Okay. Some people would say that that is too expensive. Okay. The point is that no witch on here has the right to police another witch. It's not her business. Okay. It's not her business what another witch is doing. Okay. So the misconceptions are out there. I personally have never had to come on here and discredit someone unless they were coming for me or harassing me on the website. Otherwise, you're never going to catch me doing that. Why? Because first of all, I'm way too busy and I don't have time for that. And I'm not nosy and I don't get in other people's business. Okay. If I see something that doesn't sit well with me as far as maybe spiritual advice, I may advise against it, but I never do that. You know what I'm saying? You've never heard me doing that. So those are the common misconceptions of working with a witch. In fact, I think that personally, a lot of these people are complete frauds that are actually agents for the church. Okay. And if you are a churchgoer, there's nothing wrong with you being a churchgoer. If you are a Christian, there's nothing wrong with being a Christian. If you are a Buddhist, there's nothing wrong with being a Buddhist. You can still get the help of a witch. Also, another thing that I have heard, which is I don't hear it as much, is, oh, you're all over the place. You're working with too many deities. See, that's that monotheism again. Okay. A lot of the authentic witches that I've seen on here, they discuss many different deities. And it's okay to, in fact, there are some deities that you'll want to go to for certain clients. So if you are a witch doing work for people, you are going to possibly be contacted by certain deities. So that's a mistake. If for example, if I have a client that comes to me and the Knicks comes to me, I'm going to work with the Knicks. I love the Knicks. If I have a client that comes to me and Papa Legba pops up, I'm going to work with Papa Legba. So when you do work for people, you pretty much end up working with many different energies because you just never know. You have to be universal. There's really no monotheism in witchcraft. Okay. Now you can have a matron goddess that you work with all the time, or you can have different goddesses. There may be goddesses that you may work with at the first half of the year, and maybe the second half of the year you can have more than one matron goddess. You don't have to, it's not limited. So there's a lot of common misconceptions on here, and I wanted to speak about that because it's just it's a lie. Okay. Here's the whole thing about it. Being a witch does not make you immune to everyday problems. So I'm never going to tell somebody, well, if you're a witch, you can just avoid every problem in the world. You can solve your problems very easily and quickly being a witch, but you're not going to just resolve I'm sorry, you're not just going to be completely free of any problems at all, or especially on YouTube, where this is like the mecca of controversy. Okay, YouTube within itself. Okay, I love this website. My experience starting out on YouTube was so much better. The spiritual community is a hot mess. It is a hot, hot mess. Okay, because I think that there's some people that know how to be a witch, but they don't really know how to advertise their services. They don't really know how to advertise ethically. Okay. And so I have had apprentices. None of them are on YouTube, but I have had apprentices. I have apprentices that I'm working with right now. Um, None of them would ever be taught that way, and they would have great success as I have had. Okay. In their businesses. I've had quite a few people trying to sabotage me, but at the end of the day, I have had a great success as a spiritualist or a witch, if you, whatever you want to call me. Okay. So I would never advise that way. It's almost like these people work in reverse. It's like they work in reverse and then they wonder why things are so hectic. Why, I think that I think it's just common sense. Also, here's another thing, discrediting people for maybe, I've heard people say about me personally, oh, well, did she see that coming? Well, it's not meant for you to see everything coming. And again, when you're practicing authentic witchcraft, you can overcome any obstacle. So we're not going to be in the habit of telling women that men and other women can just sabotage you just by, calling you a poopy face. Okay, as an authentic witch, we know that ain't going down. Okay, it's unfortunate that, when some witch's business gets out there, there's a spell for that. We all go through problems as women. We all have challenges in life, and I don't believe in judging, and I definitely don't believe in standing in judgment of a woman and trying to discredit her because she may have some problems, because we all do from time to time. Okay. Like I said, I think that that's what they imply, or that's what they try to put out in the general consciousness, and that is complete BS. Okay. All right, guys, that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about. I will see you guys later. Blessed be.